Speaking of Florida, of course, the announcer for Championship Wrestling from Florida was Gordon Solie.
Oh, good transition.
And that's a great segue into our next segment. John,
yes.
Are you ready to play Gordon Solie's Championship Wrestling Trivia?
I am. And I've done so poorly in the last few months that it's at the point now where I am no longer nervous.
Okay.
Because I've done so poorly. I have such low expectations of myself.
Well, there you go. That's the way to do it. Go set your expectations low and you'll never be disappointed.
Exactly.
Question number 1. We mentioned Bob Roop earlier. Mm-hmm. Bob Roop wrestled for the U.S. in which Olympics? Give me the year or the location.
I want to say 1968.
That is correct.
Correct! Bing.
For bonus points, do you know where the 68 Olympics were held?
Mexico?
Wow, John, you're off to a great start because you have bonus points.
Nice.
The 68 Olympics were in Mexico City.
Fantastic.
Question number 2. What tag team was known as the High Flyers? We talked about them earlier in this episode.
Greg Gagne and Jim Brunzell.
That is correct.
Okay.
All right. Next one. Yeah. Involving nobody we've talked about in this episode so far. You might know this one. This is if you know it, you know it. If you don't, you'll never get it.
Okay.
Who had a role in the movie Wise Guys with Danny DeVito?
Captain Lou Albano.
Wow, you are not only are you 3 for 3, but since you have bonus points, you are 4 for 3. Which means you can totally whiff on the next one and you'd still get a perfect score.
Nice.
But if you get it right, if you get the last question right, we'll carry those bonus points over to next month. So you can negate an incorrect answer. You can use your bonus points to get it right.
Like unused vacation days.
Exactly. It's a rollover cell phone minutes. The last question is true or false, and this is the stupidest question I've seen to date from this game, which is saying a lot. True or false? Each wrestling federation in its rules sets the percentage of a manager's share of a wrestler's purse.
It's got to be false.
Yes. False because that doesn't exist. There are no rules.
Yeah. Okay,
but even if we pretend there were, that's not the type of thing they would say.
Okay, good.
Whew. John, you have a perfect score. See what happens when you set your expectations low?
It works, people. It works.
And just so our listeners know, this was the first card I pulled out of the stack at random. I'm not looking at them trying to pick easy ones or hard ones. I think there was one a couple of months ago where I looked at the questions and I thought they were way too hard and I didn't use it. But other than that, I literally just pick a card at random from the whole lot and ask them. And John got a perfect score.
Well, Christmas present to myself.
There you go. Ho, ho, ho.